How you guys doing? This is my audience. Hello, guys. My name is Miles Kendrick, and today I will be talking about gun control. Every day, 100 Americans are killed with guns, and hundreds more are shot and injured. From EveryTownResearch.org. This is a relevant crisis in our society that is affecting many people in our communities. My mission is not to persuade my audience to completely be against the possession of firearms, but to push for more protective laws put in place to protect those in our community. Because of my credible sources and thorough research, I feel confident in my ability to make my audience think critically about the current gun laws put in place. Also, I believe the examples and situations I will share with my audience will make this topic resonate with them more. The topics I will bring to your attention today are there's a gun violence problem in America, establish an alternative of people who should not have access to guns, and finally, type of grade of guns that shouldn't be able to be purchased. To start, let's first establish gun violence in America is out of control. EveryTownResearch.org stated gun homicide in the United States is 25 times higher than high-income countries. Following that, EveryTownResearch.org reported half of all gun homicides took place in just 127 cities, which represented nearly a quarter of the U.S. population. Within these cities, gun homicides are most prevalent in racially segregated neighborhoods with high poverty rates. According to Ending the Silence on Gun Violence, published in 2013, since 2005, there have been an average of 55 individuals per year who have died in mass shootings, more often than not with guns acquired legally, whereas in 2010, more than 31,000 Americans died by gunfire. Another prevalent issue with gun violence in the United States is death by suicide. According to Ending the Silence on Gun Violence, for U.S. children 5 to 14 years of age, compared to with children in other high-income countries, rates of firearm suicide is 9 times higher in the United States, as well as 10 times higher for unintentional firearm deaths. This here is a visual aid of the rise of the U.S. gun deaths from the steady rise of U.S. gun deaths by McCarthy, Nile, and Felix Richard. This shows the approximate rise from 1999 to 2017, and there's approximately been 10,899 increase of gun deaths per year from 1999 to 2017. Considering these statistics, we need to come up with alternatives to tighten laws who cannot purchase and access the gun. Individuals with mental health issues and criminal records should not be able to purchase guns. Those who have been convicted of violent or gun-related misdemeanors or juvenile offenses, those with a history of abusing drugs or alcohol, as well as those who suffer from severe mental illnesses and can still purchase firearms. According to David Shortell, you could buy guns from someone from an online classified ad, people at a yard sale, or on the street corner selling guns, or people who are at a gun show but not a retail dealer, all without having to pass a background check, according to Ari Frillich. The way that the government blocks people with severe mental health issues from buying a gun is too weak. A person can be tallied in the database and barred from purchasing or possessing a firearm due to mental illness under 2 conditions: if he is involuntarily committed to a mental hospital, or if a court or government body declares him mentally incompetent. To combat these issues, we need a stronger background check database. The next alternative is military-grade weapons should not be available for purchase in the United States. The normal citizen without military-grade training should not be allowed to purchase military-caliber weapons. According to Taylor and Lee in Do Fewer Guns Lead to Less Crime, evidence from Australia published in 2015, Australia enacted uniform gun control laws that prohibited the ownership, possession, and sale of automatic and semi-automatic weapons, limited handguns to target shooters with at least 6 months of target shooting experience, and strengthened requirements for licensing, registration, and safe storage of firearms. This act gave Australia and other countries the ability to observe the effects that gun restrictions had on criminal acts as well as suicides. First, Australia performed a governmental gun buyback that reduced the amount of gun owners and households in which they were owned as well. According to Do Fewer Guns Lead to Less Crime, evidence from Australia, by late 1997, over 650,000 guns were bought back and destroyed. This reduced the number of guns in private hands by 20% and gun-owning households by nearly 50%. To review my main points, there is a gun violence problem in America. Establish an alternative to people who should not possess firearms, and finally, type of grade of gun that should not be purchased in America. To conclude, we must find alternative laws that control gun violence in order to save the many lives lost on a daily basis in America. Thank you for your time, and that is it.